So, if you want if you're a nerd, I'll preface, if you're a nerd, a gamer nerd, and you want to have a really fun time watching a movie, Max Reload in the Nether Blasters, a 2020 film. All right, it's a crowdfunded like nerd flick, and so imagine you have like the coolest gamer friends ever. All right, where they're all clever, they're kind, they're quick-witted, and you know you're always busting each other's balls. Some of them have inflated egos, and you're always in the gaming group with them, and they got quips and quips and quips, and you're laughing your head off, having a blast playing video games with these people. This is the cast of characters. It's some of the funniest people. They're kind, they're nice, maybe a little egotistical, maybe a little funky and crazy, but it's a cool group of friends I wouldn't mind hanging out with. And so I always like a movie like that where you're just like, oh, I like these characters. All right. There's transitions in this movie which are like done like 8-bit or 16-bit transitions where it's like, okay, I'm getting on my bike and I'm going to go to the store. And so it goes to this 8-bit transition where it sets up the next scene. And I was like, that was a really cool feature. And it was probably dirt cheap. You know what I mean? To do that. So, yeah, great 8-bit like scene transitions. There's lots of cool retro gaming stuff if you have the eye for it. If you know, if you've been gaming as long as I have, they had a ColecoVision. There's a big ColecoVision reference because they're talking about this game. That is, it was the last game. It was never released by this company called Wild Child Games on the ColecoVision, and they come across a copy of it, and a guy does a playthrough, and on a ColecoVision, it does a playthrough of the game and uploads it to the internet. And then he's like, oh, I can port this onto the internet and send the code out, and so everyone could play this game. And if you ask me, that's one of the funniest scenes if you're like a tech nerd at all, because he's just like, I could just port this ColecoVision game out to my computer. Here, I'll take this cord from a ColecoVision and plug it into my computer, which is apparently already has a port from a ColecoVision. So he ports it out and sends it out over the internet, and it like opens up with this, people start being possessed by the game, and they got to fight them. They're Nether Blasters. It's called the Nether, these demon monsters. And it's a really cool premise for a story. Ancient evil unleashed through an old video game. And the idea behind it is like they're trickster demons who always played games versus humans throughout the centuries. Very nerdy concept, very cool, because gaming goes back a very long way. And so it's like this demon that tries to capture Earth and capture human souls through games. Cool story. Very cool story. I bet Kevin Smith signed on board of this. It was like free of charge. I want to be this character because these lines are fantastic. These are the best lines in the script, and I want to be the one to say them. Okay. Also, that dude from Heroes, he was fantastic in it. I mean, he's actually a good actor, and because he could play a nerd, it makes me wonder if he really is a nerd. I don't know. Is it that hard to pretend to be a nerd? I don't think so. The girl is incredibly cute and has a horrible taste in men. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of, like, I don't want to give away too much of the plot because, like it takes, like they fight them with like pure light, white light. And so oh, right, there's the one scene where they have to make weapons to fight these things. And so they get like the old Nintendo Zapper, they get the Max Power Glove or whatever, they get the, what was that thing, the bazooka from the Super Nintendo, and they rig them all so they could shoot it. What'd you say? Super Scope 6, right. And they rig them up so they could shoot the nethers with them. And that, if you're a nerdy gamer guy, that's cool as hell. You know what I mean? And it's funny because they're talking about programming too. There's programming talk, and it's kind of if you know anything about programming, if you know about any tech stuff, you should probably you forget about that for the duration of this movie because you're like, that's not how that works at all. And so that's kind of interesting. So I'm kind of iffy on the star rating on this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and say it's 11 of 13 stars. Max Reload and the Nether Blasters. However, it's kind of niche. Not many people are not gamers, Certainly not to the level where they would understand like half of the jokes, half of the references, you know. And I had a question. Do you think Leroy Jenkins is copyrighted? Because he kept saying Max Jenkins every time he did a Leroy Jenkins. You know? Makes me wonder. It's like, we're not going to pay for the rights of that. It's a Kickstarter movie, which turned out to be pretty good. Pretty good B movie. So, I mean, it could alienate like casual gamers or even like people who are not gamers at all. I don't think they're going to enjoy it too much. So it could be off by about 9 to 11 stars. So it could be about 9 to 11. However, because I am a nerd and because I am a gamer and I love this movie, I'm sorry. It's like with dialogue, like it's a haptic feedback suit. Whatever, everything that happens in the game, you feel it. If you feel self-doubt in the game, you'll feel it haptically. You'll feel haptic self-doubt. I don't think haptically is a word. You'll feel haptic self-doubt, which is a very clever thing to write. It's like haptic self-doubt is terrifying. Please, I'll pass on the haptic self-doubt.
The madman loves you all, from the big to the small.